The speed-only fantasy draft sounds easy on paper, right? Like, oh, I only have to take, fast players in the draft and make a good team out of that. But no. This is going to be very difficult, and it's gonna require a ton of strategy. What makes this hard is I can only take the fastest player at each position. So say there's Tyreek Hill or something available at receiver. He probably has 99 speed, but say he has like 98 speed. And then say there's, I don't know, Stephen Hingleberry, whatever the hell, like 50 overall, 99 speed, like 24 catching or something, also available. But I couldn't take Tyreek Hill because of Stephen Hingleberry or whatever the hell I called him. What I could do is I could take the bad player and hope that, Tyreek Hill or whoever would be available the next round. But that could also be risky if I take the bad player and then the player I want gets taken. So there's going to be a ton of strategy in this draft. And I think it's going to be very, very fun. And we'll see how good of a team we can build. But super quick before we get into that, I'm going to keep this intro super short. For my first fantasy draft challenge of the year, let's see if we can get to 2,000 likes. Take like 2 seconds to drop a like. It really does help out the channel, and it's super easy and free for you to do. And if we can hit that goal, I'll do another fun fantasy draft challenge, because these are low-key my favorite type of videos to do. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. A very low percentage of my viewers are subscribed, which is insane because I make long videos, so people are watching like all the way through them and just not subscribing. Be sure to subscribe. Maybe you don't even realize that you're not. I'd very much appreciate it. And very last thing, just let me know down below any fun rebuild ideas y'all might have. But that's enough plugging. Get your drinks, get your snacks, get whatever, because this is gonna be a really fun one for like the millionth time. So without further ado, let's get into the fantasy draft. And hopefully this isn't even harder than I am expecting it to be. We will see. But we pick at number 13. That is not too bad at all. And there are definitely a few fun options with this first pick. I think the obvious choice though is gonna be to go with Micah Parsons. What's his speed? It doesn't show there. Maybe like an 89? 92, okay. There are some other fun options though, like Lane Johnson, Kyle Pitts, Jalen Waddle, even Justin Fields. But no, we're gonna go with, I guess technically the second highest overall player, because Lane Johnson is higher, but Micah Parsons, one of the best young pass rushers in the NFL. Welcome to the all-speed squad. Now in the second round, if we can get a borderline 99 overall player, we might as well do it. Lane Johnson, he is 33, but is a very good player, obviously. I like Lane Johnson. 98 overall seems a little bit rich, but he is probably the best right tackle in the NFL. So again, welcome to the all-speed squad. And now with our third pick, Kyle Pitts is still available at only 22 years old with superstar X factor at an 87 overall. Sure, tight end isn't like the most valuable position on offense, but he's basically a wide receiver too, obviously. We could even line him up in the slot if we wanted to. So think of him as, what he is in real life, half receiver, half tight end. That's what he's going to be for us. He's pretty much going to be our Mike Gesicki replacement, even though the Dolphins don't have Mike Gesicki anymore anyways. You know what I mean. And in the fourth round, Justin Fields is still available. I like Justin Fields' upside, but he's not very good in this game. I'm going to be honest. What's his speed? 93. What's Anthony Richardson's speed? Because he could be a fun one. 91. Okay. Well, that sucks, I guess. But in the fourth round, we're going to go with another older tackle in Teron Armstead. 77 speed for an offensive lineman is very good, obviously. I mean, clearly, he's the fastest tackle available right now. So let's really shore up that offensive line and let's take Teron Armstead. And I'm not going to show every pick of this draft, obviously, but I want to do the important ones at least. And I'm not feeling great about this secondary. We only have one defensive player picked so far. The highest overall player we can get is Jeremy Chin with 93 speed. So let's take him here. And let's go with potentially the QB of our future. And that's going to be Anthony Richardson, now available because Justin Fields got taken. Only 21 years old, 70 overall with a hidden dev. I've seen him turn into a monster in this game. 95 throw power and 91 speed is an insane combination. Let's take him here. Maybe a bit of a reach in terms of overall, but I mean, come on, it's Anthony Richardson, you know what I mean? But I'm just gonna take the rest of these picks. There isn't anyone too crazy left. And hopefully we can end up with at least a half-decent team, although I can almost guarantee we're gonna be the lowest overall in the NFL. Okay, well, this team is actually better than I thought it would be. We are a 79 overall. I thought we would be like a 75 because obviously this is a challenge. It's not meant to be like super easy. A 79 obviously isn't great, but there are teams that draft like 80 overall teams. We are pretty much on par with the rest of the NFL while doing a challenge. But this is the team we're rocking with. Obviously, Anthony Richardson, very good offensive line, Kyle Pitts, Micah Parsons, Nolan Smith. We even got Jalen Carter. I had to take Milton Williams to take Jalen Carter, but both of them were good picks for where I got them. Lots of Eagles on defense, actually. Jalen Carter, Milton Williams, Nolan Smith, Keely Ringo, who I did move to safety, by the way. The problem with this team is we have some massive holes, like cornerback, like D-line, honestly, inside linebacker, maybe even safety if Ringo doesn't develop. I think our biggest problem is our receiving core. I thought it would be great, but I was very much wrong. There wasn't really anyone good available at all as the number one receiver. I think the best one was Jamison Williams at one point, but there were better options to make there. So I didn't go with him, but now I almost wish I did. We do have a young receiving core, it's just not good yet. We also got Devon A-Chain. I don't know if he's going to be great because a lot of lower overall running backs are terrible in this game and running backs just don't develop for some reason. I mean, they might develop in overall, but they never play better if they start off as not a great overall. But in general, we definitely have some superstar talent and a lot of high upside players. Obviously, you know, the all-speed team isn't going to be a bunch of old dudes, so fairly young team. I even went all-speed for kicker and punter, Kaimi Fairbairn and Jake Camarda. Oh yeah, and also we're using the Dolphins, if y'all couldn't guess, because they have like just a really fast team in general. They have like the fastest receiving core I've ever seen. And also we drafted Devon A-Chain, Raheem Mostert, Teron Armstead. Decent amount of Dolphins on this team, at least on offense. But anyways, I'm just rambling at this point. Let's actually get into the rebuild of this team. It's going to be challenging considering we don't have like any good receivers, but we'll see what we can do. So let's get to the midseason point of year one, and hopefully we can be at least solid, although it might not be terrible to have a great pick year one. We'll see what happens. Okay, well, hold on. I forgot to mention something. We are at the midseason point of year one, but I just want to say something super quick. I was gonna do this super like extreme and only sign like the fastest players at each position in free agency and like draft the fastest player at each position in the draft. But A, that would have been kind of annoying to do, especially because you can't sort by speed in the regular drafts, and B, I don't want to go like 3 and 14 every single year of this rebuild. So if you would want to see me do that, let me know down below. I just think it would be annoying and we would just suck the whole time, but I could do it sometime if y'all would want me to. I might try to sign and draft fast players, but I also might not commit to it. I might also just try to make this like as good of a team as I can. We'll see what happens. But how has Devon A-Chain not played 500 snaps yet? Well, I guess we're only at the midseason. But in year number one, we're 3 and 4 at the midseason. I don't know why I made it some big reveal. I just wanted to say that before I showed this, but we're doing exactly where I thought we would be. I thought we would be 3 and 4. We are 3 and 4. Ooh, we have a breakout QB. That could be pretty massive. I'm surprised Anthony Richardson doesn't already have superstar dev. I always forget they don't treat dev trait the same way I treat it, where like if I think a player is raw right now, but they have a ton of upside, I'll give them a low overall, but like superstar dev or something. That's exactly what I would do with Anthony Richardson. Like in my rosters, I give him like a 68 overall because he doesn't have much experience, but I give him superstar dev so he can become good. You know what I mean? We already have a ton of re-signings to make, though. I'm kind of scared to look who is going to be there. Probably Anthony Richardson already. We have Kyle Pitts, DJ Turner. Yep, Anthony Richardson. Trey Palmer, who I am starting just because he's young. And then it looks like a bunch of backups after that. Well, Jake Camarda, too. Okay, well, Kyle Pitts is the highest overall one here. We will offer him 5 years, $73.5 million, and he does re-sign. I don't know how much he's going to be used in this offense because, I mean, to be fair, the Dolphins didn't really use Mike Gesicki when they had him, and him and Kyle Pitts are fairly similar. Pitts is better, but they're similar. DJ Turner we definitely want back, can become a very good player here. 4 years, 15.6 mil. He does resign too. Anthony Richardson, that is extremely cheap. 5 years, 31 mil. We'll take that. I don't know why it makes the quarterbacks immediately need a contract, but whatever. I feel like fantasy drafts would weirdly enough be better if you just inherit the exact contract of the player you're drafting. That might make the team very expensive actually, but I don't know, it might be kind of fun, maybe. There's probably some big flaw there. There's probably some big reason that isn't a thing, but I don't know. Trey Palmer, I mean, I don't fucking care. He probably won't develop in anything, but we'll offer him that. I like the starting offer. I don't like that you're not interested in that you're only a 70 overall. We're just not going to bring you back. Go fuck yourself. But I'm just going to do this how I always do it. If Anthony Richardson hits his dev trait, I'll show it, but if not, we'll just get to the end of year number 1. And hopefully we can either make the playoffs or I would be fine finishing mid. I don't want to end up with an early pick because I suck with early picks for some reason. We'll just see how it finishes out. Let's get to the end of year number 1. Unless there's, of course, a breakout. Okay, well, we finished pretty much exactly where I wanted to be. We finished 7 and 10. Not too bad, not too good. I like picking in that range. Obviously, well, I wouldn't say I would have preferred this over, being good. But to be fair, if we made the playoffs, I don't think we would have gone very far, and I don't think this team deserves to be in the playoffs, at least not yet, considering we are probably one of the lowest overall teams in the NFL, probably the lowest. And of course, we obviously didn't hit the dev trait for Anthony Richardson, unfortunately. We got absolutely smoked in that game. Anthony Richardson looks like I was going to say he was pretty solid, but that's a Jameis Winston stat line. I mean, if he had like 5,000 yards, it would be, but 3,800 yards, 34 touchdowns, 26 picks. Don't know how I feel about that. I like the touchdowns. I don't love the picks, though. That's interesting. Ooh, Devon Achane was actually surprisingly solid. 1,100 yards, 4 yards per carry, 6 touchdowns. I thought he was going to have like 2 yards per carry. I'm not going to lie, but he was solid. What's he up to? An 80 overall? Not too bad. He's surprisingly decent in this game. Tyquan Thornton was our leading receiver with 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns. Kyle Pitts, 800 yards, 11 touchdowns. Blocking, the 2 Eagles linemen weren't great. Lane Johnson was fine by Madden standards. Teron Armstead was a monster. Linderbaum was fine, and Cosme did really well. On defense, Troy Anderson led the team with 118 tackles for loss, 15 for Parsons, 13 for Carter, and then sacks. Only 9 from Micah Parsons, 5.5 for Carter, only 3 for Nolan Smith. Yikes. Alontae Taylor led the team with 3 picks, 2 for Ringo, and then 1 for a few players. Weird stat lines. Like, not anything I would have predicted literally at all. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. Dak Prescott, the perennial MVP in Madden 24 for God knows what reason. Might not even finish the year as the Cowboys starter, because they just traded for Trey Lance. Of course they traded for Trey Lance right after I did. Cowboys rebuild without Dak. I could have just done it with Trey Lance, but I did it too early. But whatever. Why do the Ravens always end up with a former Seahawk? They had Geno in the last fantasy draft. Now they have Russell Wilson in this one. Interesting. And the Colts always end up with Aaron Rodgers for some reason. But no, I almost said Colts. No Dolphins up here. No Anthony Richardson. Offensive player of the year goes to Jonathan Taylor on the Broncos. Okay. I guess that's a potential landing spot, maybe. Allen Robinson up there. What year is it? Defensive player of the year goes to DeMarcus Lawrence, of course, another Cowboy in real life. Offensive rookie of the year does go to Trey Palmer, of course, a player that needs a contract. I wish it could have just gone to Achane, to be honest. Get him a dev trait and make sure that he stays good, but hopefully we can re-sign Trey Palmer. I guess we can tag him worst case scenario. I mean, it'll be expensive, but it's not like we're gonna go crazy in free agency. Anthony Richardson up there at number 6. Henry Pearson, I don't really know who that is, I'm gonna be honest. And then Devin Witherspoon, another Seahawk in real life. The Ravens just love their Seahawks. He wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Jalen Carter at 2. Nolan Smith at 3. Keely Ringo at 6. So we almost get both Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year, just get cucked by the Ravens. I want to see, is Sam Darnold, what the fuck? Why was Sam Darnold the Browns starter? They couldn't get someone better than Sam Darnold? And the Broncos get Geno Smith, the better of the former Seahawks quarterbacks. What's with the Seahawks stuff here? Maybe I'm just noticing it because I'm a Seahawks fan, but still, weird stuff happening. But anyways, that's it for year number 1. Let's get into the offseason, and let's hope hope there are decent players available in free agency, although I know free agency usually isn't very good in these fantasy drafts, just because teams actually have money to pay their players now. But you never know. This is going to be a weird Super Bowl, I feel like. It's going to be Ravens-Broncos. No, it's Eagles-Bills. That's not that weird. That's a potential Super Bowl for this upcoming season. The Eagles win 25-17 over the Bills, and the Bills lose another Super Bowl. You know what? Madden usually isn't realistic, but I'll give them that. The Bills do make the Super Bowl a decent amount, which I guess they don't in real life, but I don't think I've ever seen them win one, which obviously they are infamous for losing like 4 in a row. I bring that up a lot. I don't know why. I just do. I just think it's really funny. It makes me feel better as a Seahawks fan to know that someone has felt pain in a Super Bowl too. So I don't know, but we have an upgrade for Trey Palmer. I'm surprised it's not multiple, considering he won Rookie of the Year. Decent upgrade there, but I'm guessing he got a dev trait. Yeah, he did. So that should help. I don't know if he's ever going to become like a star or anything. I do like him a lot in real life, but we'll see what happens here. Wasn't he undrafted? I'm surprised they even gave him a 69 overall. No, he might have gotten picked. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, he was a 6th round pick. That was a steal. I like him a lot. But of course, now for re-signings, we're going to have to re-sign him. I might re-sign some of this depth just so we don't have to worry about signing anyone else, although none of these players are all that good. We'll just let pretty much everyone else here go, but Trey Palmer, obviously I want back, but like, can we actually get him back? That's a long contract. 5 years, 25 mil. He does resign. Okay, that's kind of a steal. We will take that. But with that, let's get into free agency, and hopefully there's some good players here, although I kind of doubt it. Okay, well, there's one player I do want. However, he has 31 offers. He's getting an offer from every NFL team except for us. So clearly, other teams want him, to say the least. I don't know if we're going to be able to get him. I hate to say it. I don't know if I've ever seen that, though. Every single NFL team is interested in him. That's a first, genuinely. But these are going to be the players we're going to go for. I mean, nobody crazy. Actually, I want to see if there's a receiver, too. Could go with John Mechie. That wouldn't be too bad. Or Sky Moore. I feel like I always use Sky Moore. I guess I never start him, to be fair. He is younger. Now, we'll try to get John Mechie. I like John Mechie a lot in real life. Will immediately be our #1 receiver. Don't know how I feel about that, but yeah, these are going to be the players we're going to go for. It's going to be Trayvon Merrick. Ringo was good, but I mean, Merrick is just a better overall, and we can move Ringo to corner if we want to, obviously. We're also going for John Mechie, like y'all just saw. Sam Laporta to be our tight end too, and then Garrett Williams to be a starting corner, I guess. Obviously has a dev trait, but let's see if we can sign any of these players. They all sign, and we get 3 of them. We get Merrick, we get Mechie, and we get Williams. So the only player we don't get wouldn't have been a starter for us anyways, so I am very much okay with that. Better free agency than I thought we would. Nobody flashy in terms of overall, but 3 players that can become very good for us, so we'll take it. Okay, well, here in the draft, we have the #9 overall pick. The Commanders have the #1 pick. Makes sense. There are actually some really good-looking players later in this draft, like rounds 2, 3, 4. Round 1, there's some decent ones, but I'm not 100% on who I want to take. Josh Yates might be good. He also might not be that good. I can't tell. He looks just really, really well-rounded. Needs to work on simple concentration drops. That seems like a big normal dev indicator for receivers a lot of the time. This guy might be good, but he doesn't look insane, and I don't know. Well, I think worst case scenario, he'll probably start for us, so we might go for him. Jason Kelce did retire, which is kind of tough. I just moved Tyler Linderbaum back to center, though, so we'll just look for a guard at some point. That guy looks good. I guess we'll go with that receiver. Doesn't look amazing, but he could be. I don't know. I've never drafted a player like him before. I don't have any reference to go off of. So let's take him. Josh Yates is going to be our 9th overall pick. He is only 21, so even if he isn't the best, still has room to grow, obviously. Is fast. He'll probably have like 91 speed or something. I mean, it should be faster, but speed is sometimes lower than it should be in this game. I don't love his medium route running, but everything else does look good. My guess is 75 overall normal dev. We'll see. He does have normal 91 speed. That's kind of scary. We'll see what his overall is. I might have called him perfectly. I am starting to know this game too well. Almost like it's my job or something. Well, one of my jobs. That's kind of depressing, but it is what it is. Fuck it, we ball. I do like this center a lot. I guess we could just move Tyler Linderbaum back out to guard. What's his strength? He is strong. Looks good. Actually looks really good. We'll think about him. It's either we're going to take him or Luke Steele. His pass blocking's a little worse, though. Or we could go with, like, Calvin Lincoln or Cortland Stokes. Those are two goofy names. He ran a 4.82 at 289 pounds. That's pretty good. He's not, like, massive for a 3-4 D lineman, but still. Devin Thierry also looks very good at linebacker. We could also go with Cole Neal. He looks solid, but not good in coverage. Brian Broyles also looks good at linebacker. We need linebacker pretty desperately, but that we can worry about later. Let's go with Cortland Stokes. Or, yeah, Stokes. I didn't know if it was Stokes or Strokes. It would have been funnier if it was Strokes, but does look pretty good. The other guy might be better, but this guy's faster. We'll just take a chance on the speed. I don't expect him to be amazing. Maybe like a 72, 71 overall. We'll see. Let's take him. Normal dev, unfortunately, again, but should be a decent overall. We'll see. Unlucky with the dev traits, though, for sure. Unfortunately, the linebacker I wanted is gone. He did look really good. Is Cole Neal fast? If he is, we might take him here, either him or one of the linemen. He's not that fast. He looks solid, though. Just definitely 100% a pure run defender. Let's go with Glenn McAdams here. Only 21 years old out of Oklahoma. The other guy might be better, the guard, but he also does look really good. So let's go with Glenn McAdams. 90 strength, hidden dev. Love to see that. That feels like a really good pick. I'm taking a lot of picks in this draft because we definitely need it. Oh, we don't have a fourth? Dude, I say this every time. I wish the fantasy drafts would reset your pick. If for some reason, or your picks, I mean, if for some reason there was a whole, like, resetting the NFL draft in real life, which there never would be, obviously, but if there was, it would definitely reset teams' picks. Like, the teams obviously traded those picks to get certain players, and those teams wouldn't have those players anymore, so it would just send the team's picks back. Send the team's picks back. I need to not record, like, an hour after I wake up. And I guess for our last pick, we'll go with Tyreek Poole, just because he's technically good value. He's a third to fourth, Jesus Christ. He's a third to fourth round talent. Definitely fits the theme of the rebuild with 4.27 speed, 4.24 at his pro day. His vertical jump was also insane. I'm surprised he's only a third to fourth round. Okay, I see why he is a third to fourth round talent. He sucks in almost everything else. Well, he does have good spec catch, but that's it. So let's take him here. Normal dev, unfortunately, but 99 speed, 99 excel. I'm happy with it. We'll take it. Good value. But let's just simulate the rest of this out, and hopefully we ended up with some good players. Okay, well, this wasn't as good of a draft as I thought it would be, I'm not gonna lie. Well, kind of. Just one of the players is a lot worse. Josh Yates, I thought would obviously be like a 75, like I said, but he's only a 72. I don't really understand how. He looks pretty good, but I guess just the medium route kind of holds him back, the lack of acceleration. I mean, his ratings are pretty good, though. I'm surprised he's only a 72. Will still probably start, I think, but not amazing. Cortland Stokes is the overall I thought he would be. He's a 72. Again, I wish he had a dev trait, but it is what it is. The best player we took was actually Glenn McAdams at a 76 overall. Probably one of the best players in the entire draft. Let me check real quick. Probably close-ish to top 5. Just kind of felt like a weak-ish draft class. Yeah, he was tied for the 7th best player in the class. Definitely not the strongest draft class I've ever seen, though. And then Tyreek Poole was a 71 overall, about what I thought he would be. The CPU did actually take a decent linebacker. He's gonna start for us. Or, wait, I thought that said 68. Am I fucking stupid? He's a 66. So he might start. Maybe. He's really fast. Good hit power, but that's about it. He's solid tackling. Okay, well, nothing crazy, but definitely a decent draft, and let's get into year number 2 of the rebuild. But here's a look at the team heading into year number 2 of the rebuild. I don't know what I want to do with our receiving core because I want to start Yates. Obviously, he was a very high pick for us. I don't want to just completely waste that pick, but I don't know who to start him over. I mean, Palmer was really good. Thornton was really good, and Mechie's already like 4 overall higher, or 3 overall higher than Yates, and is young, and we just signed him, so I don't know. But the offense is mostly the same. Obviously, Jason Kelsey retired. We drafted McAdams. He's looking pretty good at a 76 overall already. I should go and sign a different linebacker. I think I'm going to do that. But our defense is looking pretty solid outside of linebacker. I'm comfortable with Chin and Merrick at safety. Our corner room is still young, should develop. Our D-line, same deal. Hopefully Nolan Smith can do better, and then I guess we do need some depth there. So I'll fill out some of those positions. Am I recording this at the beginning of the preseason? Yeah, I am. I'm stupid. I haven't even finalized the roster, but it's going to be pretty much like that, just with a different linebacker, like I said, for the millionth time. So with that, let's get to the midseason point of year 2, and hopefully we can do better this year, but we'll see. Year 2's kind of rough sometimes. Okay, well... At the midseason point of year 2, we are 1-5. Remember what I said? Usually year 2 doesn't go great. Well, that's what I meant. We are 1-5. I don't know why it's like that, but that's just how simulation works. That's just what I've noticed. I don't know why. Really weird, though. But we have some re-signings. Definitely some big ones, I'll say that. Jalen Carter, we obviously want back. 4 years, 66 mil. He does re-sign. Nolan Smith, I guess we'll re-sign him. Hopefully he can start playing better. He re-signs. Tyquan Thornton had 1,000 yards for us. We'll re-sign him. He's not very expensive at all. Lane Johnson I want back, but he's not interested at all. We'll offer him 3 years, 77 mil, and he does re-sign. Okay, cool. And then Taylor's a starter, but a replaceable starter, and mostly everybody else here is just a backup. So, I mean, we'll worry about everyone else here if we have to worry about them, but with that, I guess that's all there really is for us to do here. So let's get to the end of year 2, and maybe we can rebound, but we'll probably go something like 5-12, which is maybe valid because we don't have a great team, but still. Okay, well, I was close with my prediction. We finish 4-13. Are we that bad? We're an 82 overall, which it probably would have been higher from morale if we did better. Is an 82 really, like, one of the worst in the NFL, though? Maybe, but we'll see. It looked like the Seahawks were an 82, but yeah, a lot of teams are like an 83, 84. There are some 82 overalls. Every team is very balanced, though, other than the Chiefs, apparently. So yeah, we are tied for the worst team in the NFL. Okay, that's valid. That's fair. But let's check out some of the season stats. I would guess that Anthony Richardson was probably part of the problem. He wasn't great, it looks like. Still a lot of interceptions, 3,700 yards, 24 touchdowns, 18 picks. That's not ideal exactly, but it is something. Devon Achane was worse this year for no real reason at all. Cool. Yates led the team with 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns, so maybe he'll win Rookie of the Year, maybe. Palmer was fine, Thornton was meh, Pitts was not great. Our team looks entirely different this year. I didn't change like any of the playbooks, but it looks a lot worse. The blocking was very good. McAdams wasn't great, but the rest of the line was very good. Owen Papo led the team with 125 tackles for loss, a lot. 18 from Williams led the team, and then sacks, 13.5 for Micah Parsons. We definitely need a better number 2 edge. Nolan Smith it's kind of the same problems the same problem with pass rushers as it is with running backs, where if they start off as a low overall, they pretty much never perform well, even if they turn into a solid player. It's so weird. And sometimes even the good ones don't do anything at all. And then not much interior pass rush at all. And then interceptions, 2 for Garrett Williams, and then 1 for a large number of players. So definitely a disappointing year, but I guess I get it because the team isn't great. But also, it would have been better if we actually performed better. Like, maybe we should have. I don't know. Patrick Mahomes, oh, look at the top 2. The same top 2 it always is. Patrick Mahomes wins MVP, Dak at number 2. All right. Lamar on the Texans up there. Jalen Hurts on the Raiders. Interesting stuff. Jordan Love on the Eagles. Okay. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Patrick Mahomes. Defensive Player of the Year goes to DeMarcus Lawrence. Micah Parsons at 2. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Josh Yates, so we will definitely take that. I'm glad we're not in the NFC because I saw there was a QB up there for MVP. Yeah, Dylan Gales of the Commanders. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Brian Walters for the Patriots. No Dolphins up there. I don't think we really even had anyone. Well, we had the D lineman, but that's like it. So another year of no playoffs. Let's get into year number 3 and let's get into the offseason and let's see what we can do. Hopefully we can upgrade this team and hopefully there are players available in free agency. That's a Super Bowl. The Texans beat the Cardinals 38-17. Shout out Fetty Wap, I guess. You know, 2 of the worst teams of the last 5 years, I guess, in the Super Bowl. That's fun. I think the Cardinals are the oldest team without a Super Bowl, right? I'm not sure about that, but I'm pretty sure. So 2 elite franchises clearly facing off in the Super Bowl. Love to see it. We have a lot of money to work with heading into, I guess, the re-signing period and then free agency. Is there anyone else here that we would want back, though? I doubt we had any, like, dev-ups or anything. Alontae Taylor, meh. Ringo, if he was interested, then sure, but he's not. It's just depth here. We can replace all these guys. So let's get into free agency and hopefully there's something. I mean, shit. We'll see, but I doubt it. Okay, there are some decent players here. Nobody insane. Kendall Fuller at an 88 overall for some reason. I mean, he's solid, but, well, I guess he's developed too, but still, that's a little high. Darius Slay, nobody here is interested in us, like, at all. I do want Quay Walker, though. We need linebacker. He's at least a little interested. We'll go for him for sure. Unfortunately, there are a lot of other teams interested. We will try our best. That is for sure. I might just overpay for him like crazy because there isn't anyone else we need to really go for here. But I'll look through free agency real quick and we will see if we can get anyone else. We'll try at least, like I said. All right, well, these are the players I'm going to go for in free agency. I don't feel amazing about some of them, and literally all of them but 2 have literally 0 interest in joining the team. So it might be tough, and I think we will get 3, maybe 4 of these guys. We'll see, though. We're going for Darius Slay, who's not interested at all. Isaiah Pacheco, who's not interested at all. Quay Walker, who is interested, but has 4 other teams that have full interest, too. Josh Palmer, we probably will get. I don't feel great about him as our wide receiver 1, but I guess he's our best option. Garrett Bowles, who's not interested at all, but I guess we are tied for the lead. And Cole Holcomb, same deal. So I think we will get... I think we might get Darius Slay. I think we'll get Josh Palmer. We might get Garrett Bowles, and we might get Cole Holcomb. That's my guess, but I don't know if we'll get either Walker or Pacheco, but I guess I don't know. I'm just speaking out of my ass. That's just my guess, but I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. So let's see if we can sign any of these players. Any of them would be big additions to the team, big upgrades, but we'll see what happens. Also, I'm going for Garrett Bowles because Lane Johnson just retired after we paid him a shitload of money, so that's fun. But let's see if we can sign any of these players. So all of them sign except Darius Slay and Cole Holcomb. We're not going to be able to get either of those 2 now. Oh, fuck. We only get Josh Palmer. That makes things difficult. I'll say that. I have no clue what we're going to do now. We needed to get at least more than that. So that's not ideal, to say the least. I don't know what the hell we're gonna do at tackle now. I'm gonna be honest. We're kind of screwed there unless we can find a good rookie. We'll see. Okay, well, we're gonna try to get some of these players. I mean, they're not nearly as good, obviously, but Sean Murphy-Bunting, Jeff Okudah. I'm hoping we only get one of these 2, but if we get both, I mean, I guess both of them can start maybe, but we have younger, maybe better options. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Also, Charles Leno and DeMarvion Overshown. Obviously, pretty big compromises here compared to the players that we were going for, but hopefully we can get at least, 3 of these guys. I mean, that would be ideal to not get both corners, but one of them, and then get these other 2. So let's see if they sign. They all sign except for Sean Murphy-Bunting. So we do get Jeff Okudah, Charles Leno, and DeMarvion Overshown. Not the best free agent class. Ugh, good lord, dude. This is difficult sometimes. So now the team's looking all right, but not amazing. Jeremy Chin got Superstar Dev, which is cool, but I don't know, dude. This is hard. And I'm not even doing this as extreme as I could. Just free agent classes in these fantasy drafts are so weak. All right, well, this might be a little bit of an overpay now that I think about it, but we're going to be trading a 3rd round pick for Bo from the Dolphins. He's going to play middle linebacker for us. He's a pass coverage linebacker, so I like that. He has Star Dev. He's only 22 out of 75 overall, so should develop throughout the year. Is already a solid player. I guess that's pretty much just spending our draft pick. Maybe I could have looked for someone in the draft, but at least he's already guaranteed to be at least a solid player with a lot of upside. So we're just spending that draft pick early, I guess. It works. Okay, well, here in the draft, we have the number 2 overall pick, and I would trade this pick down, honestly, if trade offers were even decent in this game, but they're all dog shit. I would almost guarantee, no, I wouldn't guarantee it because I've only seen it once, but last time I went to trade a pick down, one of the offers was dead ass, I think it might have been from the Dolphins too. I had the 10th pick or something, and the offer was the 15th overall pick, just straight up. No other picks added, just like, hey, you want to be nice and move down like 5 spots for free? Like, this game is so ass. I'm sure people get sick of me complaining about it, but dude, it's so bad. It's shocking sometimes. The trade offers here actually don't look as bad as I've seen before, but they're definitely not great. Like, hold on, the Cardinals traded up from 6 to number 2 in real life, right? Or was it 3? It might have been 3. Let me see. Oh no, the Cardinals traded up to 6 from 12. Hold on. Okay, well, the Texans traded number 12, number 33, and then a 2024 first and a 2024 third for the third overall pick and pick 105. So that's what, a 4th round pick, early-ish 4th round. That was from 12 to 3, which is about the same as this. They gave up 33, which is almost a 1st round pick, and then a 1st next year and a 3rd next year. I guess they got a 4th in return too, but this is only an early to mid 2nd round pick and a 3rd and a 4th next year, not even this year, to move up pretty much the same. Like, the trade logic in this game is so dumb, dude. It's not good. That was a long ramble to get my point across, but still. I think the only way I would trade down is for like a ton of picks in this draft. I don't know if I can make that happen, but I think I set the trades to like slightly easy. Maybe I didn't though, because Jalen Ramsey was costing me about like 2 1st round picks, whereas he went for like a third round pick in real life. I was trying to trade for him when I ended up trading for that one linebacker. I'm just full of complaints today, huh? Should I try to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? That's a realistic trade. This is probably not even going to go halfway through. Oh, never mind. Okay, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 from the Jets. That's a weird trade, but it's not a realistic rebuild, so who cares? It's not really a good deal for us. We just take, like, every single pick the Jets have this year, though. I don't even know what to do with this pick now, though. Damn it, the player I wanted is gone, though. And all these pass rushers look fucking awful. Well, this guy doesn't look too bad, actually. He actually looks kind of good. His tackle just isn't good, and I'm concerned about that. But I want someone other than Nolan Smith, to be honest. He's been horrid. Graham? Yo, wait. I don't know if he's better than the other guy, though. His name is so much better. I didn't even see the other guy's name. Maybe it's great too. But Graham, Larry Rayford, that just reminds me of Larry Warford, who was a very underrated guard for a few years for like the Lions and Saints. But Graham is such a good name. I don't know if he's better than the other guy, but he's more fun. We're really banking on his pass rush moves being actually good. He's totally gonna have normal dev, but he looks fun, so let's take him. Graham out of Tennessee. No, he does have hidden. Left-handed just like me for real. I love that pick, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if he's a good player. He was barely scouted, but we'll take it. It's worth it regardless. There's still a QB available. We don't not need QB. I mean, Anthony Richardson has been putting up solid stats, but he's also been just throwing up picks to the defense. This guy's actually really interesting. Blake Havenstein, he's only 20 years old. Man's is about to go into the NFL the same age as me. That's depressing. Elite throw power. Is he like good though? I don't know. He has elite throw power, but is that like all he has? He has really good short accuracy at least. Beautiful spiral. Pressure doesn't phase him. Does well to avoid sacks. His player notes are perfect. Fuck it. Let's take him. Blake Havenstein, hidden dev, 94 throw power. Not quite as elite as I was hoping for, but still very good. Not very fast, but good excel, good agility, good change of direction. Really interesting player. Another player that I barely have scouted, but looks fun. Did my game freeze? Oh, no, okay. The announcer just like cut off mid-sentence and it wasn't letting me click anything. That was weird. Ooh, Earl Weathers is still here. I might have to go with this guy. Elite strength, solid speed. I mean, not great speed, but better than it could be. Overall good ratings. Left-handed just like me for real. Probably gonna have normal dev. These type of players usually do, especially if they're not like a first round guy. Sometimes the first round guys do, and sometimes all of them do. I guess we'll just see. And he does have hidden. Okay, well, that feels like a pretty good pick too. We will take it. 3 for 3 on dev traits so far. That's pretty nice. That would be funny as hell if the Jets just took like an absolute bust and we get all their picks. That'd be kind of fun. I'm not the biggest Jets fan in the world, so I wouldn't mind that. Why am I looking at receivers? That's like our last need. Sometimes I just go on autopilot. I don't know why. Joey Harrison looks solid for sure. Fuck it, let's take him. He's strong. Another hidden dev. 89 strength. Good jumping. Good excel. I love it. We'll take it. I don't know how many picks I'm going to take, but I want to try to make this team good, so I might take quite a few. Oh, I forgot. There was a really good looking corner. He was probably already gone by our 2nd round pick. Ooh, hold on. Who is this? Daryl Adams out of Notre Dame. Oh, he's so slow. Maybe he's not great, but A-man, A-press, we might as well take a chance. His play rec and awareness look terrible. And he's slow, but everything else looks good. He'll probably be like a 70-something overall, like 72 maybe. Let's take him. Normal dev, unfortunately, but could still be a good overall. We'll see. I don't know. I don't even know if he's going to start, but he might. Nah, probably not. Either way, really good depth, though. That's one of those times I wish we could still see the overalls of players as you take them, because I'm curious if he's a good player or not. I kind of understand why they did it, so like you don't double dip if you know you got a bad player already, but still. Ew. That's a terrible combine. Wait, this dude's listed as a power rusher, and he has C to F power moves, and then A to C finesse moves. Something ain't right there. I don't think I'll be taking him, believe it or not. He's about to be a 47 overall. No, he might be okay, but like, no. He'll have C power moves. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Okay, well, that's gonna be the last pick I take. I don't know if Adam Byron is even good. He looked like a decent off-ball linebacker, I guess. But with that, let's get to the end of the draft. I think I'm just gonna simulate the rest out, and hopefully we ended up with some good players from this draft, too. We've been doing decent in the drafts lately. Okay, well, this wasn't the craziest draft in the world or anything. Graham is a 74 overall. Havenstein's only a 71. I'm kind of surprised about that, but I guess that's why he was available early second round. Earl Weathers looks good. Joey Harrison looks good. Daryl Adams looks good. Adam Byron isn't great, and then the CPU did pretty much nothing as per usual. They picked a decent running back out of Washington State. Let's go. But other than that, like, not much there. So, decent draft. I've definitely had better. Also, wait, I want to see who the Jets took. I want to see if we scammed them or if they scammed us. But either way, we got a ton of players because of them, so I don't know. No, I would say we probably scammed them. Oh, yeah, we definitely did. Emmett Holiday, 75 overall with normal dev. Not great. I mean, he could play well, but he probably won't because it's Madden, and if you're a low overall pass rusher, you're never going to play well, pretty much. So get scammed, idiots. Plus ratio. I'm dead on the inside. But here's a look at the team heading into year number 3 of the rebuild, potentially the final year of the rebuild, but I guess we'll see what happens. If we make the playoffs, then it might be, but I want to make the playoffs at least once with this team. The team is looking really good, though. I mean, Anthony Richardson, hopefully he can play well, but if we suck by the midseason, we might bench him in favor of Havenstein. We'll see what happens, but hopefully he does well. We'll see. The rest of the team, though, I mean, we added Josh Palmer. We added Charles Leno just because we had to. And then on defense, we drafted Graham. We drafted Weathers. We signed Jeff Okuda. A few changes to the defense, but I wish we could have made more. Just not a lot of options there. And then I am going to obviously start, well, this is kind of how I run my pass rushers, just the best at number 1 on both sides, and then the second best at number 2, and then the third best at number 3. I don't even know if that's a good way to do it. That's just the way I do it. It might suck. I don't know. But yeah, we're looking definitely solid. I don't know if we're going to do great, though. We do have an 83 overall team that should develop throughout the year, but we'll see what happens. You never know. But with that, let's get to the midseason point of year 3. And hopefully we're doing at least pretty well. Maybe 4-3. We'll probably be like 1-5 again, though. We'll see. Okay, well, I was pretty close. At the midseason point of year number 3, we are 2-5. I predicted 1-5. Let's check out the season stats really quick, because something ain't going right here. If it's Anthony Richardson, we're definitely gonna, bench him. He's not doing... Yeah, it's not great. Nice completion percentage at 69, but everything else is not ideal. A-Chain sucks randomly. I told y'all that's how it works. Definitely interesting stuff happening here. Sam Cosme is horrid. Oh my god. From the right guard position, too. Graham is doing well. Micah Parsons is doing, like, nothing so far. That's fun. And we have no interceptions on defense so far. That's awesome. I love this game. Very realistic. We are gonna give that rookie QB a chance, I think. We might as well. I mean, Anthony Richardson has just not been very good. He's thrown a good amount of touchdowns. It's just the interceptions are so bad. Devon A-Chain also fucking sucks now for some reason. But we'll give Blake Havenstein a chance. He looks about 55 years old, but we'll give him a chance. Do we have any re-signings to make, though? Let's see. Jeremy Chin, Cameron Mitchell, meh. Jeremy Chin is really the only important one here. The only starter here. He's not very expensive at all, but he isn't interested, so we'll up this a a little bit, 5 years, 51.5 mil, and he resigns. You'll love to see it. And then that's all we're gonna do here. So with that, let's get to the end of year 3, and hopefully we can finish better than we're doing right now. But we'll see. Okay, well, in year number 3, we finish 7-10 once again, not making the playoffs. Good lord. At this point, we have a solid team for sure. Like, I feel like we should be close to making them at least. But it is what it is. Let's check out the season stats. I did already check our QB, though. He did well. Blake Havenstein or Havenstein, however the hell you say it, 2,400 yards, 19 touchdowns, only 6 picks. What does that equal if I, like, spread that out over the total snaps he could have played if I, like, add theirs together? Let me see. Okay, so that would have been 4,100 yards, 32.5 touchdowns, like 32 touchdowns, and 10 picks. That would have been a pretty good season, especially for a rookie. So I wish we started him for the full season, but I wanted to give Anthony Richardson at least another shot. He just wasn't very good. Devon Achane also not very good, even though he was good the first year and has only developed in terms of overall, but EA, certified EA moment, Joshua Palmer with almost 1,300 yards. I almost said only. No, almost 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Yates did really well. Trey Palmer did really well, not Josh Palmer. Well, Josh Palmer did do well. You know what I mean. But Yates and Palmer did all right. I think I just said he did really well. What am I saying? Yates and Palmer were okay. Pitts was fine. Blocking was fine. Sam Cosmi finished the year not allowing another sack. Leno was not great, but could have been a lot worse. He did better than I thought he would. The line was solid in general. Bo led the team with 109 tackles, the player we traded for from the Chiefs, I think it was. Tackles for loss, 16 for Carter, 14 for Parsons, 14 for Milton Williams. And then sacks, 10.5 for Parsons led the team, 6.5 for Milton Williams, 5 for Graham. Not great pressure, but I mean, it was fine, but not as good as it should have been. And then interceptions, we finished the year with 0. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. This was a genuinely, like, solid secondary. There weren't any terrible players starting. God, I love this game. I think that was our big problem, because nobody else was, like, awful. I guess Achane was, but that's, like, about it. Patrick Mahomes wins MVP here. Of course, Dak up there once again, but no Dolphins up here. Offensive player of the year goes to Patrick Mahomes. Any Dolphins up here? Josh Palmer at number 10. I'm surprised he wasn't higher. He was really good. Defensive player of the year goes to Trey Hendrickson, still on the Bengals, or maybe goes back to the Bengals. I didn't remember him on the Bengals here, though. Micah Parsons up there at number 9. Should have done better. I mean, I don't know why there are players like Josh Sweat outperforming him. I mean, Josh Sweat is good, but he's not Micah Parsons, or like players like Shaq Thompson outperforming him, or DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, again, they're solid players, but they're not Micah Parsons. Justin Mullins of the Ravens wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Wish that could have been Blake Havenstein, but I didn't start him for a full year, so sucks to suck. Randall Staten at number 5. I don't know who that is. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Deontay Macklin of the Chiefs. I'm almost positive that has to be someone we basically gave to them by trading our 3rd round pick. Wait, I kind of want to check now. Graham at number 5. He was on pace to do really well, but had like 1 sack in the second half of the year. Did he even have a sack in the second half of the year? I thought he had 5 at the midseason. I don't know. This game fucking sucks. I want to check though. Was Deontay Macklin someone we traded to them pretty much? Or was he like a 1st round pick? He had 6 interceptions. Good lord. No, he was probably a 2nd round pick just based off of how he looks. No, he was 1st. Round 1, pick 18. He did really well, though. Good lord. But anyways, let's get into the offseason and let's get ready to head into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. And hopefully we can finally do well, but we'll see what happens. No promises. Okay, well, here in the Super Bowl, the Cowboys take down the Chiefs 41-38 in Super Bowl 60. Another very high-scoring Super Bowl. The Cowboys do rarely win the Super Bowl in this game, even though they are absolutely broken all the time, but they do finally win it here. So that's definitely interesting, to say the least. But for re-signings, I can't remember if we're gonna have anyone. Not really, no. Just all backups. But one thing that does suck is I see it says left tackle F and right tackle D. I think Teron Armstead retired, and maybe even Charles Leno. Yep, they both retired. Okay. Well, that's gonna be hard, but we might be able to work with it. We'll see. That definitely does suck, though. We did get a couple of dev ups, which is nice. Josh Palmer went up to superstar. Jeremy Chin went up to X Factor. I think that was it though, but still pretty good. But let's get into free agency, and we're definitely gonna work on some trades really quick. Bruh, are you fucking kidding me? I can't. I say this every time it happens, but I hate that trades like that don't get accepted when it's that close. Okay, well here we're trading Anthony Richardson, Nolan Smith, and Heath Givens, whoever the hell that is, for a 1 and a 2 from the Panthers. Obviously don't really need any of them or either of them anymore. They didn't play very well for us, and we have replacements already on the roster, so we're good without them, and we'll just go with extra picks because we probably need them. But let's check out free agency really quick. I really hope there's a receiver, like an actual good one, not like an 81 overall is the best one, but that's probably what it's going to be, or it's going to be like a 50-year-old receiver. No, I do see George Pickens here. However, he is the only good receiver here, so it's probably going to be almost impossible to get him, but we will overpay him like crazy because we might as well. We don't have anything else to spend this money on. 7 years, 168 mil? Sounds good to me. We'll see if we can get him. I hope so. Bradley Chubb is here. Unfortunately, he's awful in this game. Who would have guessed? But he's here, I guess. Okay, so again, another mid-free agent class, but we're making the most of it. We're going to be going after George Pickens, DJ Reed, Tyler Algier, Rob Havenstein, and Chig Okonkwo. All will be starters except Okonkwo, I think. So even though it isn't the best, we are getting some potential starters here, assuming we can sign them. Unfortunately, these players are like the best in free agency, so they do have a lot of other teams interested, but we do have an at least tie for the lead for all of them. I think, I mean, after last year, we might only get like 1 or 2 of these guys, but I hope we can get all of them. There's just only so much I can do. You know what, here, let me redo the offer for DJ Reed, and let's just pump a ton of extra money into it, because we might as well. Again, this is the last year. We don't need this money for anything else. We gave so good of an offer, it doesn't even show up on the screen. I love when it does that. But let's see if we can sign any of these players. They all sign, and we do get George Pickens, DJ Reed, Tyler Algier, Rob Havenstein, and Chig Okonkwo. That's pretty nice. We still definitely have our needs with this team, but that's pretty nice. We'll take it. I wonder if we should make another trade, because despite all that, we're still only an 83 overall. Okay, well, here we're going to be trading a 2nd round pick and a 5th round pick for Jordan Brooks from the Jets. We don't really have like a number 1 linebacker at all, so this is going to provide that. I just wanted a little more star power on this team. Jordan Brooks isn't like a superstar or anything, but he's definitely a lot better than what we have at an 85 overall, and I think he has superstar depth, so I guess he is technically a superstar, but still. So that definitely makes this defense look a little better. I'm still worried about this offense though, but without further ado, let's get to the draft, and hopefully we can find a good left tackle, because that could really fuck up our season if we can't get a good left tackle. But here in the draft, we pick at number 14. The Jags have the number 1 pick, and there were a lot of good tackles in this draft, so hopefully some of them are still available. Let's see. Okay, well, the really good left tackle I saw was gone, or is gone. This guy looks all right. He's not like insanely strong though. This guy looks like a horrid run blocker and not even that good of a pass blocker for being a pass blocker. Yeah, no thanks. This guy looks really solid. He's just not super strong again and not very quick either. Well, maybe I was wrong about this being a crazy tackle class. I mean, there are a lot of projected first rounders, but none of them look that crazy. This dude put up 23 reps. Gross. Fucking Orlando Brown Jr. type numbers there. None of them are very strong, like, at all. Normally, there's at least, like, 1 tackle that puts up, like, 36 reps or something, but none of them. Okay, well, I found the one that put up 36 reps. It's Joey Teague. All right, well, sounds good enough for me. He looks like the best one. Not quick at all. It says he has solid speed. 5'2" is pretty slow. I don't know about that. Bad injury and bad finesse and not great pass block, but everything else looks at least good to very good, I guess. So let's go with Joey Teague out of Clemson. Is 23, but it's only for the last year. It doesn't matter how much he develops anyways. Left-handed just like me for real. So let's take him. Hidden dev, thankfully. 92 strength, only 64 speed, but should be good. We might even double dip there because that's like our last need and it's kind of a big need. So just in case he isn't amazing, we might double dip unless there's somebody else that looks insane or something. There was one QB available and he does actually look pretty good. Daniel Guerrero, but I mean, we don't, Our QB was good last year. He's probably gonna suck this year, but there's nothing I can do about that. That's just how Madden simulation is, for whatever reason. Caleb Barker looks kind of crazy. What the hell? These are good ratings. Wait, maybe not. Listed as a power rusher, but only B to D power moves. Never mind. I'm good. Is Chris Andrews the one that had like 20 reps? Yeah, gross. There's some good looking right guards, to be honest. Was that dude's name James Cofield? That was great. I think the two better looking ones are Curtis Jordan and Will Monroe. I don't know which one's better because Monroe is stronger but slower and has worse ratings. Jordan is a little weaker but faster and has, better ratings, but I guess I don't know because he's not very scouted. I can't tell who's better. Honestly, neither of them look good in terms of ratings, but both had a good combine. I guess we'll go with Monroe first and then hope that the other guy's available later. Monroe does have hidden, looks almost identical in terms of ratings to the last guy though. I can't wait to take fucking 3 first-round talent linemen and still have a terrible offensive line. It's gonna be awesome. Okay, unfortunately the other guy did get taken, so I guess let's go with James Cofield. What was his combine like? Was it good? It was, no, it wasn't. His ratings are good though, but his combine wasn't. Let's go with Morgan Posey. He looks solid, I guess. He's strong and that's good enough for me. Let's take him. Hidden dev, 88 strength, 82 jumping, 82 excel. Sure, we'll take it. Why not? But I might make a few more picks here, but I think that's all I'm gonna show for this, so let's get to the end of the draft and hopefully at least one of those linemen are pretty good. I do think the first one we got was the best though. Maybe. Okay, well, none of the linemen we picked were very good at all. I mean, Joey Teague was solid out of 74 and he was the best lineman we took. Just really bad run block finesse, not a very good pass blocker either. I'm honestly surprised he's even a 74. Well, I guess. I don't know. I actually want to check. Were there any better options for us on the offensive line? No, not really. Yeah, we really grabbed the best one. Brown looks like he was good, but he would have dropped to like a 73 at tackle probably, so that would have been worse. Curtis Jordan, same deal. So yeah, unless I'm missing one, it looks like I did just straight up pick the best one, and he still wasn't like that good. Fun. Will Monroe was only a 72. I moved him to tackle and he goes down to a 71. Posey's a 72. And then this Clyde Marion guy I took is good, but like he's not gonna start or anything. He only has normal dev 2, so like meh. And then I just simulated the rest out. I think I might have taken that defensive tackle. I don't remember, but with that, let's get into year number 4, the rebuild, and let's watch this team go like 5-12 again. Can't wait. But here's a look at the team heading into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. Hopefully Havenstein at QB can, not completely suck this year. That's how it normally works. Like, players will do well as a rookie and then they'll just randomly suck a lot of the time, which is always super fun. I love it. But we do have a good receiving core with George Pickens, Josh Palmer, and Yates. The offensive line has fallen apart a little bit, but it's still good. Kyle Pitts is almost up to a 99 with morale. I guess I'm going to start Devon A-Chain, but Tyler Algier is also tempting. Checking their stats, neither of them have a good yard per carry average over the last few years, but we'll see what happens there. And then on defense, we are also looking very nice. Our defense is actually better than our offense. Of course, we still have Micah Parsons. We just added Jordan Brooks, just added DJ Reed. So it should be a pretty solid group. But I mean, without further ado, nothing else for us to do here. So let's get to the end of year number 4. And hopefully we can finish pretty well. But like I said, I don't know how much faith I have. Oh boy, did I call it. Blake Havenstein was not good this year. 3,300 yards, 19 touchdowns, 11 picks. He was really terrible. That's like really bad. Tyler Algier, I did start at the midseason because Devon A-Chain was not good. Apparently that worked out pretty well because both ended up with over 4 yards per carry. Probably should have done that from the beginning like I expected, but it is what it is. We didn't even have one 1,000-yard receiver. George Pickens with 900 yards, 11 touchdowns. Josh Palmer somehow had 0 touchdowns. All right, love that. Joey Teague was bad. Rob Havenstein wasn't great. The interior was fine. Jordan Brooks led the team with 108 tackles, good amount of tackles for loss. Only 8.5 sacks from Micah Parsons, okay. And a whole 3 from Graham as a starting NFL pass rusher in almost 1,000 snaps. I love this game. It's super well made. DJ Reed led the team with 4 interceptions, 3 for Jordan Brooks, 2 for Graham and Jeremy Chin. You're telling me our number 2 edge rusher, I can't even say number 2 because he had probably about as many snaps as Micah Parsons, had 1 less interception than sack. That makes sense. And then 1 interception for a few players. Oh god, dude. MVP goes to Patrick Mahomes and Dak Prescott at number 2. Who would have ever guessed that? Not me. I should have predicted it before I opened it. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Bijan for like the 5th time in a row. Defensive Player of the Year goes to TJ Watt. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Steve Terry of the Chiefs, and Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Henry Bright of the Jets. God, this game sucks so much ass. Good lord. But yeah, if you couldn't guess, we did not make the playoffs, and we finished 7-10. For literally like the 3rd time this rebuild. I don't know why that's our record every year, but it is. And with probably one of the better rosters in the NFL at an 85 overall, it probably would be like an 86 or 7 if we actually performed decently, just from morale and everything, because right now we have negative morale. But with one of the best teams in the NFL, probably, we missed the playoffs once again. Great game. But that's unfortunately gonna be the end of today's rebuild. I really hope y'all enjoyed. I sure as hell did not. No, I did. I like making these videos, even though this game drives me absolutely insane, because every single rebuild seems identical just on how it goes. Like, we do pretty well year 1. I guess we didn't here, but that's because we had a bad team. We do terrible year 2. Year 3, we do all right, but I guess we didn't here for some reason. And then most of the time, year 4, we do pretty well, but we did not here. Sucks to suck, I guess. Massive skill issue, and I should be better, smile. But that's gonna be the end for today's rebuild. I really hope y'all enjoyed. Again, be sure to drop a like to ease my pain a little bit, and be sure to subscribe for more annoying rebuilds, probably, but fun rebuild challenge ideas coming up soon. I love doing the challenge type videos. Y'all seem to enjoy them too, so I'm gonna keep doing them. But thank you all so much for watching, and with that, I'll see y'all again in the next video. Goodbye.